That's like the sound of my heart right now. Is he coming? No? Alright, I'll set the pace then. So let me tell you what we're going to be doing. Today I'm going to be taking pretty much every sniper that we have and I'm going to be throwing it through the ringer. So we're going to be reviewing some short clips, some longer clips, almost a game, and we're going to be talking about each sniper as we go along. And by the end of this, you guys are pretty much going to get my choice for best sniper of the year. And it's early on, so I think I can still develop it a little bit more. And every time I look back at my old videos, I'm like, oh my god, that was made back in 2018? That's a long time ago now, so there's definitely room for some improvement, because even like the Holopilot video has shown you guys, I'm not always right, and that's why it's never a bad thing to take a second look at something. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be redoing some old videos and going into some new ones. But today, let me tell you about the gun that won me over this week. Some of you may be surprised to hear that it's actually the Kraber. It's not the double take. So I'm just going to spill the beans early because it is by far my favorite sniper, and the reason for that is it just has such a powerful presence and it's actually really strong when you use it in its intended purpose. Or is it to go close range, because that's where it seems to shine, close and mid, not far. And this is the one place where I'd actually say the DMR and the double take have the advantage because of their fire rate and just makes it more forgiving every time you miss at range. But let me tell you the real problem I struggled with the Kraber and pretty much any sniper when I tried to go up close. I run a 4 on my sensitivity. I run 4-4 off the hip and as well as when I'm aiming down sights. And it makes sense for most guns on console, except for the snipers. As soon as they get into close range, you can't do that. So this is your only options. You either learn to play with a higher sensitivity, and that means even when you grab something like your Re or secondary, it's going to feel different when you ADS, or even when you pick up guns off the ground in order to pair it up with your sniper. Your only other option is that you learn how to quickscope, which means that you need to line it up off the hip first and then scope in so you're actually able to get those shots off. If not, it's not going to happen. So let's get into the strategy part of this video, and then I'm going to show you guys pretty much a complete game and we'll go from there. Out of all the things that are going to kill me to end that run, it's going to be an Auto Titan. But it was in hands, so I'm going to give him that. But do you guys find, just in your own experience, that Titans that are just put on park are a lot more aggressive and their shots land more? Or is it just me? So this is the double take. This is the one that I thought was the most well-rounded sniper because it does give you opportunities for one-shot kills if you get headshots. Or if you amp the gun at range like this. I don't know why I don't get this kill, by the way. The Grunt finished him off with a DMR, another sniper, you know, Quinky Dink. I don't understand why I don't get credit for that. I had just wounded him like right there and then. I know that if there's a gap, you know, you don't get the credit, but I feel like that was within that. So I don't know what's up with that. Kind of ruined the run. That's a pivotal moment in Titanfall, knowing whether you're going to shoot or you're going to melee in those situations. Like, they're both viable. That's the thing. Better aim is always the better choice, right? If you can aim and you can shoot somebody, it's always the better choice in this game. But, again, ease of use, then you may want to go for the melee and hope for the best. We're going to be getting our Scorch on, too. Some people want to see some different kind of gameplay, plus I'm branching out a little bit in the next little bit. It's hard to put my Ion away, though. I just feel like the sky's the limit when I'm in the Ion. Scorch, I'd say, is actually my second best character. I feel like I'm a pretty good Scorch player, especially on the proper maps. I think at one point in this game I was trying to make a couple blind shots with my thermite, but one of them panned out like after a few, and it was just the fact that they were actually connecting. Like, you could see them, like the napalm hitting people. It was pretty cool. And maybe I just think it's cool because it's a Scorch. I talked about this effect about snipers. Like, when I'm making these videos, I find that I clip a lot more things than I regularly do when I'm making a video. Just because everything seems amazing. Like, I'd go back to some clips and I'm like, I just sniped that guy. It's just like one kill. I'm like, what was so good about this? It's like, I don't know. Felt good at the moment, though. Making these shots are incredible. I didn't say I was gonna make it. I said it is amazing. Is there one hiding in this game? I wish I could say there was, but there's not. There's not. But we're using a sniper, so we must get at least one more nice shot off in this game. You know what? I totally forgot that we were going to talk about some of these snipers, so let's do that now. So let's start with the DMR, because that was the first one I used, because in theory, right, it's really good. It's a 2-shot, guaranteed 2-shot on a hit scan weapon. But that recoil and just something about the handling of the gun makes it so awkward. Remember at the beginning of the video when I had that music on and the bass was just like dun 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 dun. I feel like if your pulse goes above 60, you're just going to start missing all your shots. You just have to wait them out and just be cool about it. Just 2 shots. It's always just 2 shots. Take your time. And the double take is 2 shots as well, but for some reason it seems like you have to take your time more with the DMR, even though it's a hit scan, which is kind of weird. You kind of almost have to let the gun settle in order to take the 2 shots, whereas the double take is easier to spam. Alright, he made that a lot easier than I thought it'd be. And you know what, I don't want to talk too much more about the double take because I've actually just made a whole video on it, so if you guys are really into the double take and want to see just a very average sniper that I think is very forgiving, good for actually playing snipery, and by that I mean that you can actually play at a distance, because a Kraber, not as good. You have to be more accurate. The spread on this makes it more forgiving for that long and mid. But let me just talk about the Kraber now, because that is by far my favorite sniper now. If you can get your aim down, hitting that 1 shot, not only is it like it's good, it's super satisfying, and it could actually be pretty strong. I was doing a nice little switch up between the two, like grabbing a Kraber, grabbing secondary primary, or even just falling back on my re, which I think you have to do on all snipers if you want to be realistic. And you just feel tough. You feel tough with that big stick. Shooting people indoors is probably one of my favorite things, because the corridors are pretty small, so you know generally where you're shooting, and you just need to you can hit him in the toe and he's gonna die. So it's pretty awesome. So let me just show you some of the things I've been talking about. One of the things you may have noticed is that I just skipped over a perfectly good gun. Probably I didn't actually search for it because I'm going re all the way, but picking up somebody else's gun, even if you need to. Why would you need 2 anti-Titan guns? Don't ask me, but it may come up. Moral of the story is you can hold 2 guns. Why not do it? And why not hold the best 2? Or a good combination. I still stand by Destiny, Universal Remote, Pritis Revenge, Unreal combo. Why wasn't everybody running it? It was unreal. Everything was a 1-shot. Right now is that moment I was talking about where I'm just taking blind shots. And right here is the one that should have worked, but I didn't aim it right. There it is. Live and die by movement when you're using a sniper. You live and die by your own movement and the enemy movement. Slow enemies, great. You're going to have a great time with a 1-hit sniper. But if they're fast, it's going to make it a problem. If you're faster, you know, maybe you'll keep up. But you gotta be fast because you need to dodge fire when you're reloading. It just takes way too long. By the way, the next episode is going to be awesome. I'm going to be telling you guys something that I didn't even know myself for the longest time, and it makes a huge difference. So, that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. For this one, we're pretty much going to be wrapping it up. So this was just an overview of the snipers and just kind of going over what I thought. I'll probably start running more sniper. I'm still actually running holo. It wasn't just a flavor of the week. The holo sticks. I like, yeah, between grapple and holo, I'm having a good time with those 2 abilities. Those are definitely my new mains right now. In regards to Ion, it's very hard to get off Ion. I love that Titan so much. But obviously I brought out the Scorch, which I think is definitely it's a contender at times. Great Titan. The other day I actually saw somebody use the thermite on the wall in order to get somebody off their back. I'm like, bravo. That one's not an easy one to pull off. Alright, I'm not too sure what happens at the end of this clip, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Thanks again for joining me. Paper cut to you. And I'll see you guys next time.